Hello everyone and welcome to Tipsy, where we provide you with top tips, tricks and strategies that you can actually use to improve upon your chances of winning by up to 95%. So if you're new to this channel, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button for new post notifications and updates. And for more details, do not forget to check the links in the description of this video. Without wasting any much time, let's dive directly into our today's episode. So in our today's episode, we are going to be introducing you to top long sleep bet winning strategy that you can actually use for yourself. So the first step to take is to make sure that you locate your Play Store on your mobile, click on it and locate the Start24 app. Once as you search for Start24, you are going to see this app as you can see it here. Make sure to install it, and once the installation is complete, click on open and you are going to be taken to this section. Once as you are here on this dashboard, the first step that you want to take is to make sure that you locate this area here that says account. When you see that, make sure to click on it and you are going to be taken here as you can see here. Once as you are here, just make sure that in this section that says total odds, choose 16 to 100, and this area that says minimum odds, leave it to any as by default. The probability here, make sure to choose 90 to 100%, and the date here on the date, this is where we have to make sure that we are very correct here. Since as we are dealing with long sleep or best sleep strategy, we have to make sure that we choose the date range to be from about 3 to 4 days. Since the date of today is actually 30th September, as you can see it here, I will actually make sure that I extend the date by about 3 to 4 days so that more matches are going to be displayed to us, that we can actually make our picks based on the analysis which we are going to see. So I will choose this last box here and make sure that the date range is between 3 to 4 days, either 3 to 4 days. Click on OK and this section will be done. Once as you are here on this section that says market, leave it by default. Do not just leave it on any. The league, leave it on any. Bookmaker, leave it on any, and just click fine. So when you click on fine, all these matches will be displayed to you based on the range of date space result that we have actually specified. That's from the 30th to about the 3rd or the 4th. Always make sure that the date range is about 3 to 4 days since we are dealing with long bet sleep. So once as you are here, the first thing that you need to do is you can screw this area here. You are going to see a lot of games that are actually displayed to you because the date range that we have chosen is actually the date range is really about 3 to 4 days. So that's why we have a lot of games here displayed. So once as you are here, you need to start with the first game here. As you can see, like here we have in the Croatia second NL. Once as you are here, the percentage here is 99%. You can see for the probability of you can see it here. Each and every one of it has it labeled. Here is an over 1.5 for this game and the probability is 99%. Here is an over 2.5 for this game and its probability is 90. Here is over 1.5 and its probability is 99. You can see every game has its label. For every game that they have actually given here, it has its label. Either it is over 1.5 or it is actually over 2.5. So once as you are here on the first, make sure that you click on the match and this page is going to display to you. Once as you are here, the next step to do is to make sure that you come on start. Once you come on start, you are going to see all the possible probability that are actually the best to go for. Like in this case, we have an over 1.5 go as 99%. We have both team to score as 87. We have an over 0.5 in halftime as 87. So which means that the best possible ones to go for is the 99% own that is at the top of this area. After that has been done, it is good to conclude this by making sure that we go to the league table. What to always look at when you're actually in this section is to make sure that the teams which are actually playing none of the teams should actually be in the relegation. The relegation means the last 3 games or the last 4 teams. None of the teams should actually be in the relegation. In the last 3 or the last 4, each of the team must be from the 1st to the 10th, or from the 1st to the 6th, or 1st to the 7th. From the 8, 9, 10, and 11 should not be included. If any of your team falls in the relegation position, then avoid taking that one as an over 1.5 or an over 2.5. This is the use of the league table. Make sure that you check the position of both teams. And if this team fall in the relegation area, avoid it. But if not, then it is good now to move to the next step. The next step is to make sure that you check for the head-to-head. If you don't find any head-to-head, the next position to go for is to make sure that you go for the home performance of the team, as you can see here. Once you click for the home performance of that team, make sure that you check. Let's go back. Okay, so once you are here and you notice that there is no head-to-head, just make sure that you check for the home performance of the team as well as the away performance. And if you look from here, you can see that the home performance of the team is actually poor because all of them is actually zero, is actually red, and orange color, which means that it's actually very poor. If you look from the away has a good and average probability of scoring. You can see there are green here, there's green here, and this actually means that the away team has a good chance probability of scoring, which means that the possibility of an over 1.5 here is possible because the away team is actually performing great. So once that has been checked and it actually meets the needs of what we are looking for, then you can actually pick that and include in your slip. And once that has been completed, just go back again one step. They are going to ask you to fill the same information for you to see all the matches that were before. Just make sure that to do it, since it's not difficult, 16 to 100, just go back and choose 90 to 100 and choose the date range again to be 3 to 4 days lengthy. Just take OK and scroll down and click on Fine. You will still be displayed with the same result as before. This time you are going to move to the next game, and here you are still going to make sure that you go to Start. Once as here you are here on Start, find the best possible occurrences here. Here we have away team to score in first half. We have home team to score in first half and over 1.5 as goal in halftime, and these are all the possible probabilities here. To be on the safe side, always make sure to go for goals. Do not go for either away team to score in first half or not to score. Those are very high risk possibilities, even though they have a high range probability of 99%, but don't go for it. Always go for goals instead. So here, either we are going to look for an over 1.5 goal as possibility, over 2.5 and over 0.5 goal halftime. But it's always good to always look for the over 1.5 goals full time. So let's check for the league table and see if this can be possible. The next is to make sure that these teams, the teams that you are choosing, should not be in the relegation, which actually means they should not be in the last 3 or the last 4. If you look here, you are going to see that one of the team here is the 7th position. That is already the relegation area. So avoid it. Just go back and avoid this team because it is actually in the relegation. For you to, for you to choose games that are actually one of the team is actually in the relegation, therefore its opponents must be very, very good in form. So you have to go continuously or to go further to make sure that you check the head-to-head and you check for the home and away performance. So the home performance here is very great. You can see Bali United 6. You can see they have good performances here, but the away team here, they are very poor. Since they're already in the relegation, they are not too good. So you can actually now decide to see if this is possible to go for an over 1.5. But to be on the safe side, always choose the fact that any team that is actually in the relegation, if you have any of the team in the relegation, just avoid it. So since we have one of the team here in relegation, as you can see it from the league table, relegation means the last 3 or the last 4, just avoid. Go back one step and repeat the same process of taking 16 to 100, leave it to any as default from this section. After that, come to probability 90 to 100, choose the date range again to about 3 to 4 days, click on OK, and make sure to click on Fine. You are still going to be displayed with the same result. Make sure to move to the next, as you can see here, go to the next and continue this process right to the end. Go to Start, make sure that none of the teams actually fall in the relegation. And once that is being met, the fact that there is no team in the relegation, then you can actually make sure that you go to the league table. After the league table, go to the head-to-head, and after head-to-head, make sure that you check for the home and away performances and they actually meet the need of what we are looking for. If it's good, then you can actually go for that. You can actually go for an over 1.5 or an over 2.5. So let's give it a wait while this is being loaded. Okay, here you can see from the start, choose the best possible occurrence of goals. like an over 0.5 here is 90% in first half. In halftime, you can see sum of goals 203, 90%. Always make sure that you go for goals. 99% is for the over 1.5. So if you go for the league table here, you are going to see, let's check that none is in the relegation. The last three, there is none in the relegation, the last three. But from the fourth position, we have this as the eighth position. So this time we are going to consider this because most of the team that are actually from the eighth position, which are actually moving to the third position, to the last three as a relegation, want to perform great. So always try to confirm this by making sure that you look for the head-to-head, the home and away performance. So when you check the home and away performance, since this is average, they are both average, is not good to go for. Just escape that, go back and repeat the same process by making sure that you choose the same limits or criteria as here, 16 to 100. Just take again, leave it to any 90 to 100. Take the date range again by date of 3 to 4 days. Take on OK, go to find and click, and you move. You still have the same match. Go again to the next, like here, for example, go to the next, go to start. You choose the best possible goals occurrence as here 1.5 or 2.5. Go to the league table, see that none of the team is in relegation, and this is good. Go to head-to-head performance, go to home and performance, go to away performance, and if they're actually great, then make sure to include them in your slip. Repeat the same process from the start to the end, and you are going to come out with a lot of games that you can actually include in your slip. So for you to actually go further, you can still, like when you come here as an example, choose 16 to 100 and choose 90 to 100. Then you come here, choose the date range for 3 to 4 days, click on OK, and all find matches, and all these matches will be displayed to you. Give it a wait while it's being loaded, and once this is being shown to you, just make sure that you continue again. You can still, just by skim, you just look at the schema by just making sure that you skim your eyes. Any you can still go use this strategy of making sure that you just look at the game as you can see it here. Since this app is already a featuring app that actually helps in analyzing from the back end, you can still like make sure that any games that is being chosen as over 1.5, if the odd range is very big like 1.225, then do not go for it. If they give you any possible prediction of over 1.5 goal, only choose it if the odd range as here is less than 1.20. Is less than 1.20. Do not forget this one, because if you actually forget this, you actually fall in a trap of losing it big time. So always make sure that you look, if you don't want to analyze by clicking each and every one game, to check for the home and away performance and see how they do play. And if that is actually bothering, then you can actually use the schema method, which actually means that you just look at the game. If you see any match that has an over 1.5 goal here as the particular, you see over 1.5 goal here as the peak, then make sure that the over 1.5 goal should not be above 1.20. It should be less than 1.20. But for over 2.5, it should be less than 1.35. That's the trick here. Like as an example here, you have over 2.5 here. The over 2.5 here is 1.50. It's already way bigger than 1.35. So 1.5 here is 1.30. It's already bigger than 1.20. So you should draw a line from between 1.20 and 1.35. Any odd that is any odd that is over 1.5 should be lesser than 1.20. It should end only in 1.20. And for any peak that is over 2.5 should be less than 1.35. As an example, I'll give you an example. This one here, you can see over 2.5 go here, you can see 1.31. This is less than 1.35. This is a good peak to make. You go to the next, over 2.5. This is less than 1.35. It's a good peak to make. Over 2.5, it is 1.60. It's not good. It's not a good peak to make. So that is the strategy you are going to use with schema. So just make sure that you follow the same process. I've just clicked on it. I was not supposed to click. Just repeat the same process. Fine. And you are going to repeat the same. Let's go back again. You are going to repeat the same method of making sure that we use the eye schema technique. So the eye schema technique is making sure that we use our eye to skim on the odds based on the prediction. For everything that is that is over 1.5, we can go for we can choose it if the odd range is lesser than 1.20, and for over 2.5, we can choose it if the odd range is lesser than 1.35 for over 2.5 goals. So that is how you can actually use this method to find games that you can actually include in your sleep. So let's give it let's try to go again for probability of 90 to 100. Let's choose it here, dead range of this, take OK. Let's go back for our market like this. Okay, fine. Okay, so we are here back. Just look, screw again down. You can see England championship 1.5 here. You can see that it's 1.30. It's very big. Just escape it. 1.5 go 1.29 is higher than 1.20. Skip it. Under 2.5, forget about under. We are only looking for over. So for anything that is over 0.5 go in halftime, the odds should be lesser than 1.25. It should be lesser than 1.25 for anything that is 0.5 goal in goal halftime. As you can see here, it should be lesser than 1.25. or anything that is above 1.25. always keep it. This one, you can see that it is more than 1.25 in 0.5 goal halftime. Skip it. 0.5, skip it. You can see 0.5 goal halftime. Skip it. 0.5 goals full time. It is greater than 1.20. Skip it. You go to the next. 0.5 is greater. Skip it. This one over 2.5, same as you can see, is 1.30, which is lesser than 1.35. Pick it and consider it. This one the same. Pick this one also and consider it because it is an over 2.5 and it is less than 1.35. Pick it. So this is how you are going to do continuously till the end. And when you do this continuously, you are going to come up with a very long bed sleep that is very safe, and you can actually use this to win much of the time if you apply this strategy the right way. So thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe for new post notifications and updates, and see you again in our next episode. Bye bye.